Okay, first exercise we're going to do is just bouncing in the spot. Alright, we're going to do 4 sets of 8. So we normally count in the 8 count. And first 2 sets of 8 are going to be just up. And then the third set will be backwards and forwards. And the last set, criss and crossing. Okay, this is how it's done. Ready? Bouncing. Hajime. Ich, ni, san, shi. Go, rook, sich, hach. Ich, ni, san, shi. Go, rook, sich, hach. Ni, san, shi. Go, rook, sich, hach. Ich, ni, san, shi. Go, rook, sich, hach. Okay, thereafter is what we call stretching chest and shoulders. You're going to step up with the right leg first and step forward and stretch the arms open, stretching the pec muscles and the back muscles as we do this. Ready? Ich, ni, san, shi. Left leg, go, rook, sich, hach. Right leg, ich, ni, san, shi. Left leg, go, rook, sich, hach. Okay. The next one is to stretch out the knees a little bit. Okay, stretching the joints out and obviously getting our haunches on as well. So, this one we're going to bend forward. We're going to do a side view, bend forward, back straight, knee straight. As we come down into what's called a Sonkyo position, back straight, bending the knees and stretching it out like that. Okay, so I'll do 2 sets. Ready? And ich, ni, san, shi, bend, go, rook, sich, hach. From the side, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach. Right. The next one, just opening the legs, stretching forward and backwards. Okay, stretching, giving the back a little bit of a bend, a little bit of a stretch, stretching forwards first, and then backwards. Watch. Ich, ni, san, shi, backwards, go, rook, sich, hach. On the side, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach. Alright. Next one is just putting the hand on the hips and reaching over to your right, to your left side first, and thereafter to the right side. So nice and simple, stretching the sides of your hips. Ich, ni, san, shi, change sides. Go, rook, sich, hach. Left side, ich, ni, san, shi. Right side, go, rook, sich, hach. Okay, the next one is what we call round the world. We're going to make a big round circle around, trying to flex out the waist and the hips. We start by pointing to the right foot first, moving from right to left and around, and then the other way around. Okay, so, and here we go. Ich, ni, san, shi. Other way, go, rook, sich, hach. Side view, from the right leg first. Here we go. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach. Okay. The next exercise for me is one of the more important ones that we need to use to stretch out. You go into like a long lunge position where your front leg, you're going to bend your front knee until you can't see your toes. It's about 90 degrees. But your back leg, you want it to be as straight as possible, and your feet are both pointing in the same direction so that you can stretch out that Achilles tendon. Alright, that's the tendon that I'm trying to stretch out. Kendo, one of the most common injuries is the Achilles tendon being torn. Alright, so let's bend that front leg first till you can't see your toe. Then straighten that back leg, your knees straight, and push as far back as you can without compromising your body. Alright, your body should be dead center between your legs. Don't let it go forward or backwards. Keep it posture nice and upright. Okay, so pushing and holding, and while we do this, we simultaneously stretch out the shoulders. So taking your right arm, pull it across, hook it in with your left arm, and let's go. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rook, sich, hach. We're going to swap again, this time with the left leg in front, right leg behind, same thing like the other side. I'll do it sideways this time. Bend your left knee till you can't see your toe. Straighten your back knee and try to get the feet both pointing forwards. That's very important. Alright, both feet must be pointing forward, constantly trying to force the heel to the floor. If it touches, then step a little bit back, stretch out a little bit more. Be careful like this. Alright, sometimes you may not be aware that even though you feel that you're not stretching it, you are stretching it. Alright, it's got to have, and if it hurts, then stop. Right, take your left arm, hook your left arm with your right arm in, and let's go. Ich Ni San Shi, Go Rook, Sich Hutch. Ich Ni San Shi, Go Rook, Sich Hutch. Very good. Following on from this one, normally we do a double stretch on this one, so back with your right leg in front, left leg back. This time take your right arm, put it behind your head, push your elbow down, stretching out the triceps and the lat muscles. Keeping the posture straight, try not to arch backwards or forwards. And push and hold. Ich Ni San Shi, Go Rook, Sich Hutch. Ich Ni San Shi, Go Rook, Sich Hutch. Change sides. This time I'll do it from the side. Push and hold. Ich Ni San Shi, Go Rook, Sich Hutch. Ich Ni San Shi, Go Rook, Sich Hutch. Ayami. Okay. Next one we're going to do, you're going to straighten out your left leg. So first you're going to be in what's called a horse riding stance or a wide stance. Alright, straighten your left leg, bend your right leg. You're going to push gently down onto your knee joint, hyperextending that knee just to stretch it out a little bit more. And your hands can rest on your both knees, gently pushing onto your knee. Let's go. Ich Ni San Shi, Go Rook, Sich Hutch. Ich Ni San Shi, Go Rook, Sich Hutch. Change sides. Ich Ni San Shi, Go Rook, Sich Hutch. Ich Ni San Shi, Go Rook, Sich Hutch. Right, then you're going to do the same thing, but this time if you can, you're going to flip over your leg that's out onto the heel, point the toes up. If you can, your back foot could touch the ground if you're supple and flexible enough. If not, just touching as far back as you can and point those toes out, pushing again onto the knee gently. And Ich Ni San Shi, Go Rook, Sich Hutch. Ich Ni San Shi, Go Rook, Sich Hutch. Change sides and hold. Ich Ni San Shi, Go Rook, Sich Hutch. Ich Ni San Shi, Go Rook, Sich Hutch. Alright. Okay. Right. Now that we've done those stretches, we're going to move from the bottom up, stretching out the joints that we come across as we go along. So nice and simple way to remember it is just go from the bottom up. So first start off with the right ankle. I like to do this simultaneously with my wrists. So we're going to rotate the ankle in one direction, and during this count you can alternate the directions. But with your wrist, your ankles, with your wrist, you can either do these twirls like this or put them together for a deeper kind of stretch and rotate it going forward. So let's do it for an 8 count. Hajime. Ich Ni San Shi, Go Rook, Sich Hutch. Ich Ni San Shi, Go Rook, Sich Hutch. Change legs to the right, to the left ankle, and now the wrists rotating in the opposite direction. Hajime. Ich Ni San Shi, Go Rook, Sich Hutch. Ich Ni San Shi, Go Rook, Sich Hutch. Then knees backwards and forwards, and going. Ich Ni San Shi, Go Rook, Sich Hutch. Ich Ni San Shi, Go Rook, Sich Hutch. Then what we like to do is doing circles with our knees going forwards, so from closed to open. Alright, we normally do about 3 to 4. Let's go, that's 3 and 4. Then rotating it backwards, now knees going from here, going backwards. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. Very good. Next one is rotating the hips. Just a few rotations going in one direction first. And change direction. And relax. This position, keeping the heels nice and, the feet pointing forward. You're going to turn over to your right shoulder first. Keep the hands nice and sort of horizontal to the ground. You're just going to turn and stretch backwards. Ready? And turn. Turn the hips. Let's count. Ich, ni, san, chi, go, rook, sich, hutch. Ich, ni, san, chi, go, rook, sich, hutch. The other side, left side. Ich, ni, san, chi, go, rook, sich, hutch. Ich, ni, san, chi, go, rook, sich, hutch. We're going to do it again. This time you're going to raise the hands up above your shoulders, pointing towards the ceiling. You'll get a different stretch in a different part of your body. All right, also within this hip region here. So, turning to the right, point up, and ich, ni, san, chi, go, rook, sich, hutch. Ich, ni, san, chi, go, rook, sich, hutch. To the left, ich, ni, san, chi, go, rook, sich, hutch. Ich, ni, san, chi, go, rook, sich, hutch. And relax. Next one we're going to go for is the shoulders. Just gently rotating the shoulders forwards. Nice big circles and backwards. Okay. And occasionally I will ask everybody to do one shoulder going forward, one going backwards. And opposite way. And relax. Okay. Then it's the heads. Just backwards and forwards. Let me rephrase it. Up and down. Okay. And then left to right. Trying to keep the shoulders flat all the time. Don't let it scrunch up. Relax the shoulders. If you hear any popping, that's normal. It's just the air pockets. But there should be no pain. Then side to side, ear to shoulder. And again, there should be no pain. Popping is okay, but there should be no pain. If anything, it should be very relaxing. And lastly, sing circles at the bottom. Okay, half a circle. All right. And the last one, semicircles at the top. Going from right to left, left to right. Okay, and relax. Okay, that generally is the warm-up. Every now and again I'll ask for one or two extra ones, one of them being, for instance, the quad stretch, where we pick up the left leg, try to hold the foot, try to keep the knees together and arm up. I put the arm up just to keep balance, but also to remind myself to also stretch out the body and keep my posture nice and straight, as opposed to here and I'm sort of bent over like this. So by doing so, I keep my posture straight. I really feel that stretch in the front of my quad muscle. All right, and stretching up. All right, and then sometimes, and at the same time we do the right leg, holding the foot, left hand up, knees together, and good for balancing and stretching out those very tight quad muscles at a time. And relax. So that generally is the warm-ups that we go through in every session. Sometimes we'll do something extra, some additional kind of workout or stretches. Other dojos will have different routines, but this one is the general one that we've adapted from my early days at my first dojo, and used some of the stuff from the federation and obviously some of our stuff from our dojo specific. That's the warm-ups.